you want to generate the power of the movement from below, and secondly, you need to think about the reaction when you hit the target. Okay, so when you hit the target, there will be a reaction, and that reaction needs to go into the elbow, into the hip, into the back foot. Yeah, so there's a certain alignment that needs to come from delivering the power to receiving the power. Now, if he has this kind of alignment, like that, of course the reaction just snaps back against him. If he has this kind of reaction, then basically the weapon just bounces away from him there. Yeah? If he has something like that, somehow, yeah? If he's twisting like this, again, he can't use it. Yeah? Okay, so it's very important. The alignment is the delivery and the reception of the power. Yeah? So you really need to have this. But all of these variations where you're in something else, no. So really think that the elbow is where the jaw begins, yeah, in terms of its alignment. So this situation, yeah. So the jaw is there, but not all these other places. Yeah, I try to go. Okay, so the jaw is a bit more difficult than the same thing. Okay, when you do this side here with the foot, in a sense it's quite easy to just drop into the ground. Yeah? But when you actually do this movement, the jaw is actually coming up and away from you. Very easy that this happens. You can actually go up with the movement, yeah? But if you lose the ground, you're going to lose power. So have a sense that even though you extend out, there's a sense of grounding. So you need to be really solid and don't let that happen. You go for there, yeah? But even though the jaw is rising up, then you are rooted. You've got to be really rooted at that moment. Yeah, I try again. Okay, so again, how do you make this one move? Okay, so the center is going to go into a rotation. Okay, so the center goes into a rotation, and the jaw finds that there. Yeah. So as soon as this moves, this will move, and the jaw will follow. There. Yeah. But don't do this. 1 and 2. That's not incorrect. Yeah, but in a way, yeah. 1 and then 2. Yeah. That's okay. But take another step. This move. Yeah. So here, from here. Everything moves. One movement. Yeah, I try that. This is absolutely one of the most difficult ones, I think, because when you set it up, a lot of you lose your balance straight away. And then there's this moment of doing something like that. And in the middle of the motion, you're losing your balance, yeah, which makes no sense. So, in a sense, it's important to sort of study this moment. Boom! I'm here. There, under the elbow, as if I'm sitting down in the ground. Then you go straight back. Yeah? So you go real slow, rotate, then come back. Yeah? So you're here, rotate, and then come back. Yeah, but keep your balance all the way from the movement. Yeah, try that. Don't go tempo, don't go fast. Okay, look, a couple of points between. You're here, take it into position. Now I don't do that. I don't look backwards. Yeah? Okay, I also don't do this. Here and then do this, like that. Not seeing anything. Okay, so what you do is you just basically let your body work. There, I can see peripherally what I'm doing. This is essentially this is a rokkyo nage, but you're not looking in that direction and you're not twisting back that way. Yeah? Okay, so then let this line just follow naturally what you're doing. Yeah? And then see, but don't look. Yeah? I try again. Okay, let's just practice one more without the jaw. Yeah? Okay, the sense is that I drop into the ground. Yeah? So that's basically what the body work is doing. Yeah? A lot of people are getting caught still in this kind of place here, like kind of stuck, yeah? So from this position, just move down and then just move back. Yeah? But this is really going to put me into the ground, into that back foot. It's not going to be putting me in this place. Okay, then I'm going to be in a really bad place, yeah? So just from here, hit, and go down. Yeah? Just like that. Just try that. So just study the movements. Okay, look. What I'm doing in a way is I can make my shake and keep my heel. So you're going to position here, then just shake and then the heel goes. Yeah? But it's not right to do something with the heel first. Yeah? Okay, so the center guides the motion now. Yeah? Okay, so you're going to spiral down and move through like that. Yeah? But this and this are connected. So they're completely connected. Yeah? I try again. Separate the foot from the center. Okay, much better. Now with that same kind of body work, I want you to go into the stop. And feel that actually you're going to solid. Then you move back into the stop. Yeah? So break it down into two things. So you're going there, then go back. Yeah? I try again. Okay, let's just add a little bit more fluid motion to this, okay? So we've done 2. Okay, so now it's a little bit more fluid, the motion, yeah? Okay, so 1, withdraw, and come. Yeah, you don't have my time. Kind of the basic rule we're going to follow is that when you deliver power, you're doing it on the ground. If I'm going to push Kaiten, yeah, and I'm off the ground, and I'm trying to push like this, it becomes difficult. Yeah? If I'm on the ground, it becomes moving. Yeah? So this is where I'm going to generate the power from. So it's not this, but this feeling underneath. Yeah, that feeling. Okay, so it's the same thing when you're doing when you're moving here. But what's happening is this, you move this grounded, and then I'm going up. And then I'm up. Everything's going up. Yeah? Okay, so really try and feel it. This is down, this is down. This is not there. Like the weight is hanging. And then you move your center, and you drop into the cup. Yeah? Not that one. Yeah, I try again. Okay, much better. One more point. Get to this point, the weight is underneath. And the first thing that moves is this, not this. Yeah, so here, move the center and then drop. Yeah? So again, take your time at that point, pause, move the body, and come. Yeah? So try and break the program of going to the arms straight away. Yeah? Move from here. Yeah? I try again. Go slow. Okay, what? So Kino Nagare is not Kihon speed it up or jumping it like a Lego. Yeah? Okay, then you go from kind of blocks to kind of waves, in a sense, right? Okay, so for example, if I stand, if I show, for example, this motion here, like for example, okay, this is more like a Kino Nagare. Everything is kind of blocked together. So that's okay. This is more of a Kino. But the moment I shift the Kino Nagare, it's more of a wave. Yeah, it's more elastic. So this is happening versus that's happening. You see? So this is fine, and then you shift to something else. Yeah. So this is what I'm asking you to do now. I'm asking you to shift a little bit towards more wave. Okay, this. See, the center leads the motion versus this. This is kind of just put together Kihon. You see the difference? One more time, okay? Kihon. Shifting into Kino Nagare. This. This is just jam Kihon together. Yeah? But what I want you to try is this that. You see, it's much more elastic. I hope. Does it look different? Yes. So that's what you're doing. It's like this or that, or away. Yeah? Okay, so what's happening is this. Here, by the time I get here, I'm already moving. I'm already moving forward. It's not locked together in the same motion. Yeah? Okay, so go here. There. You see? Like a wave. Yeah, I try that. Try and access that quality if you can. More wave-like, elastic. Ready? Come. Shift. Go. Okay, before you just one more thing to learn. Okay, this moment of retraction, we haven't shown it before. I'm there, and I feel this feel. Okay, so again, it's not that I reach forward and catch it like that. Okay, so you're going to kind of like draw it back in a spiral, so this is, and the body there. So the hands are traveling over the weapon. Yeah? You will slow. So this is here, this feeling. Yeah, that feeling. Yeah, at your own tempo, try that. Okay, so before we do some time, we'll just finish up with these 4 moves we've done as well as the next things. First, I'm going to connect them together with some point. So this is the first one. Okay. Second one. Third, and back. So these are the 4 moves we've just done in a certain way that they're connected. Yeah. Okay, so the first one is number 2. Moving here, here. Back to the kamai, number 1. Hiya, gaeshi, and back. Yeah, so those moves. Yeah, try that together. Go. Ich. Okay. Ni. Sam. Hold. Hey, go. Martial functionality, everything. And so even these movements which look like, oh, it's more aesthetic, then it's absolutely practical. Look, if at this moment here you have all this time before you catch the weapon and the jaw is hit or it's collided with something else, you're going to lose control of the weapon. So you want to maximize your control of the weapon all the time in case of unexpected move. So I want to have the sense that the weapon is completely, constantly with me. So if my hands are constantly over, but there's no dead moments, boom, doing that. Yeah, in combat actually you cannot afford that. Yeah? Okay, hi, try again. Keep the connection stick. Don't lose the weapon. Okay? So again, this is basically what before. So in this situation, you get super clear, open up to the range, and he's going to stop around this. You're not closing in on the body for this practice at the moment, yeah? Okay, so there is safe distance. Okay, open it up. Here he comes in. There, and then return. The same thing, do not touch it. Yeah? Okay, so keep your mind open up to the left. There, and then back. Three times each. Okay, back up a bit. Just a moment. Just back up a little bit. So I'm not going to blend at this point. He comes in. Okay, now watch. Really try and emphasize the back. This feeling. Yeah? So you're just going to work the back part. A lot of you are coming here and you're doing the front like that. But it's actually the back. Yeah? So here, I wait. And then this feeling. And then thrust. Yeah? So go real slow. There's more emphasis on the back. Here. Okay. This feeling. Yeah? And that spiral puts me right back on the center line. Yeah? Here. Okay. This feeling. Then thrust. Yeah? Okay, so now you're going to do a little bit more flowing. So what we just did, we came in, this feeling stop, and then come back. Okay, with that same thing of collecting it, make it move a little bit smaller. This and then straight back. Yeah, so now you're just coming straight back off the block. Okay, so my feeling is still collecting, so drawing in. Yeah, so this and straight back. Yeah? So don't do this fast, but have the sense that you bend and straight back again. Yeah, I try that. Again, 10 is relatively easier than Joe kind of thing. You do this big arm, and you just have the arc here as well. Yeah? But to actually find the center work here, he comes in, okay, and so it's all arm work. I'm just using the arm. The center is not really in play. But try and feel that actually this. If we do the basic here, okay, this motion is happening here as well. It's not just like this. Like that. Yeah? Something has to happen here. So find the spiral where here and then here. And then when it happens more fluid, it's like this, here. But it's still happening. Otherwise it becomes like this. And that's not what you want to work. The center work is behind that. Yeah? So really try and feel this is becoming but this is doing something. Always. Yeah? I try again. But he's going to come in with Hiya gaeshi, open to the right, and his strike is to go there. Okay? So, open to the right, and strike is to the side of the leg there. As he comes in, you find him there. Just this block. Yeah? Open. Yeah, I try that. So the movement, and then you can work on making it better into the quality. The attack that work. A lot of you are getting straight away attacking in the arms. So the arms start and the body's waiting, and then moves later. But try and feel that this hand and this heel straight away you move. Okay, so this is going to move together. Okay, and then you find the strike there. Yeah? But try to feel that you initiate with the whole body and land with the whole body. Not and then yeah, that's the other. On the receiving side, okay, don't do this. Pushing him away, you're disconnecting. Yeah? Okay? Granted that this is not a block in the sense, but it's like I'm with you. So it's a block, but I say completely connected to him, but I don't try to push the weapon inside. Yeah? So he comes in. So I'm completely connected. Yeah? I try that. Move with one. Okay? So what we've just done, still basic, comes and here. And then he comes down with a second strike on the other side. Yeah? Okay. Then he comes in, this one, he comes down, and you come in there. Yeah? And your response is, he comes in, this, there, to the side. Again, don't hit. Make contact, but don't hit. Yeah? So, there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, look, we're going to your body. Okay, look, before we go to the Ikkyo nagare, I'm going to try to position here. So if this is a kind of a block which stops me, the next move will really, I won't be able to respond to it. So a lot of you are actually in positions which are quite stiff. Wait, they're stiff, and then the movement comes in and you're like trying to reach. But actually, with your comment, it's going to be on top of you as well. Yeah? Okay, so again, you need to be in a position from which you can respond. So he comes in here, you move in, boom. I just move it and I'm totally out of the way. But my body is behind the blow. So I'm not reaching, trying to reach in there. So think about this position here. Pause, boom. You're completely centered. And then when he moves, but if that first block is a block which stops you, I can't do anything after that. Ikkyo nagare is dead at that moment. Yeah? Okay, so this is where the Kihon is really useful because I'm studying it. I'm solid, okay, I'm solid, and I'm solid. And I should be able to move easily from one position to another. Being stopped does not mean being fixed. Yeah? You need to be able to move from this position. I try again, go. Okay! So let's just all this together a little bit. Yeah? So the first block we did was this block and you came back in line. Okay? Now what you're going to do is the same block, but you're going to create an opening. So I'm in this position. I haven't come back to center line. That means you can continue his attack. Yeah? And then we're back where we were before, and then comes the second one, and I'm there. So first of all, do these 3 movement Kihon. Yeah? Okay? You open up, straight opening. Connect. Move. Yeah? Those 3 now. Yeah? Yeah, that's right. Okay, one more time. You've done all this before, yeah? So look, okay, now we're doing something which has a logic to it. Look, if I go like this, and if I think here, on the center line, basically he stopped. He doesn't have an opening to attack. So when you do this block now, what you're doing is you're creating an opening, which basically the jaw is pointing to the side of his body. Therefore, he can continue there. Yeah? So that's important, yeah? Okay, so open up, okay, create an opening. Comes through, the neck, he comes through, let's finish it then. Yeah, I got it. If you tell one, I want to say here, so Kihon or Kino nagare. You start experimenting with putting this all together. Huh? Okay, if you're doing a Kihon, make it very clear, Kihon, and so very much solid. Solid, all the way through. And if it's flowing, start slow, and then put it all together. Put it together in one thing. Yeah? So choose what you want to do with your partner. Hi, try. Okay! So when you do your nagare, basically there's a change here. Okay, when I block Michael, that motion continues into his next movement. It's not as if you're going to stand up and then you accelerate. So you're not jamming together Kihon. Okay, so this person here, like this, he comes down. So as soon as I block, he uses the block for his next motion. Yeah? Okay, so here, then this, and straight away also there. So he kind of comes right out of it, but he's not pausing in the block. So real slow, connected. You see? So slow but connected. So you've got to shift in this. Not like jam together, staccato movements and think it's Ikkyo nagare. There's a change now. Yeah? I try again. Go. 2 seconds. Okay, so this is like, again, we're going to do an unusual entry for it if you haven't practiced it. So the key thing is that eventually you find the weapon in your body. So on left foot forward, the weapon is now just here. His attack is a strong Hiya gaeshi. There. Now I'd like it to be a little bit quick. Be careful. And he comes in, boom. So what you can do first was, when he attacks, just move across the front line. That's what you're going to do. Okay, the key thing is first of all that your response and his attack are one. Yeah? So we talked about this, like I can't be stiff. Can't be collapsed. I need to be like there. He comes in, boom, this one. Yeah? So good attack, focus, yeah? You're there with him, he comes in, you just, that's what you're going to do. Yeah? When we got that down, we'll do the next one. Yeah, I try that. You need to be really natural. What? Okay, so I'm not exaggerating, but there's no possibility of doing anything with that movement. So you need to be able to move in such a way that you're just moving with your hands. It's got to be really smooth, yeah? And this is the problem. You're facing an attack, it's going to go right at you, and you need to be kind of relaxed enough to be able to respond. He comes in fast. Okay. Yeah? But if my response is already defensive, can't do that. So again, I'm asking you to do something very simple, but to up the quality. He's there, he moves. Too quick. Yeah? Okay? And I'm loose enough to be able to do something later. Yeah? I try again. Okay, so now you can do different things. Yeah? Keep it slow at the beginning. So when the situation really comes in, you can go there. Yeah? You can also go there. And you can also go there. Yeah, so you can do whatever you want. Yeah, I try that. Interesting idea. So what? The key is whatever you do, you want to meet them in the attack, not afterwards. Yeah? So for example, if I'm doing this one, it's not because I'm doing this and then I'm trying to come in here like that. Yeah? So if you notice that you're actually behind the attack, after the attack, okay, then really try and go back to that one if you want, and then try and see if you can get the feeling that you can be with it. Yeah? Here comes in, that's the body work. Then as it comes in here, yeah? And again, it will only work if you're free and supple to move. If you're stiff, it's going to be really blocked. Yeah? Okay? Same with the other one, I'm here, and then it's too late. Yeah? Okay? Body work. Yeah? And as you come in here, together. Yeah? That kind of thing. So again, you can study this and work your way into it. Yeah? By breaking it down. But what you're actually trying to do is enter the AWASE, enter the blend. That's always what you're trying to do. And if that's not happening, find a way to get in. Yeah? I try again.